Welcome everyone, welcome to a brand new Let's Play. So, this time we'll be playing a little bit of an old game, but a fun one nonetheless. It's a bit of a puzzle game, and it kind of fit because it's now October, which for all my American viewers, and I know there's a few of you, it is Halloween month, so that's awesome. It's not as big of a deal in Australia as it is in America, but it is growing a little bit, so I figured we'd do something a little bit horror related. This isn't a scary game, it is a brilliant game. It's a puzzle game. Basically the gist of it is you are the ghost master, and each level has usually some sort of objective to achieve with your ghosts and their different powers, and aside from that you have to scare all the mortals away, usually. So, it's just a bit of fun. And it fits well with Halloween month. Now, I did start playing this the other day just to see if it would record properly, and it seems to like it has. So, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. It's going to be brilliant for YouTube compression, I think, but we'll see.
Is there anybody there? What is your name, spirit?
So this game was made in, I believe, 2002, 2003, somewhere around there. That's what the credits say at the start. I think 2003. The graphics have a very, like, Sims feel, but it doesn't need great graphics for what it's doing. It's a bit of fun. It's got that kind of cartoon ridiculousness. Even in stuff that's like really supposed to be really scary, that if it was in the situation it would be terrifying, but yeah, it's got that cartoon ridiculousness to it. So that's the kind of game that you're in for. Just like with door kickers.
Have been assigned to you. Treat them well.
Just like in door kickers that I played for Free Play Friday. It doesn't act like a, it doesn't look like a puzzle game, but ultimately, like the gameplay, it's just a puzzle game. Now, this game doesn't support native 1920 by 1080, which is my monitor, so that's why this is cut off on the edges here. But in game, it doesn't look like that. It's just the static backgrounds like this. don't stretch, unfortunately. So let's just go to Haunting 101.
You are ready for your field training, young Ghostmaster. We are taking you to the Kappa Lambda sorority house in Gravenville University. Only a small number of sorority girls are in residence at the moment, but scaring them all away should be a sufficient test of your abilities.
Alright. So when you start a new mission, you can do your team selection. Now, normally, it is perfectly fine to just hit the recommended, because the way the levels go is there's usually a puzzle you need to solve, or like a series of events you need to complete before you scare them away, and then you scare them away afterwards. Generally speaking, that's how it goes. If you scare them all away before, it doesn't work. So you can absolutely pick the wrong team. So unless you know exactly what the level is, and you want to bring specific ones for specific reasons, recommended is usually fine. So that's what we're going to do.
Drive the Kappa Lambda girls from their sorority house.
Oh, do I not have the tutorial on? I think it was... No, it was here, right? Haunting 101 tutorial. I can't turn it on now because I'm already in the level. Alright, so let's just quit the current haunting, and we'll turn on the tutorial. I do remember how to play, but there might have been some stuff I missed, so...
You are ready for your field training.
Yeah.
Before... Welcome to the mortal realms, where all your haunting will take place. If you need to freeze time or abort the haunting, click on the menu icon, bottom left, or press escape.
God.
If you wish to turn the tutorial off, but continue this haunting, click on the menu icon and select Options.
I know, I just switched it on.
If you move your pointer to the edges of the screen, you will be able to move around the world. You may also use the arrow keys to move around.
Arrow keys?
To rotate your view, click on the rotational arrows displayed on the screen. You can also rotate your view through any angle by holding the right mouse button and moving the mouse.
Which is what I'll probably do more often.
When you hold the right mouse button, moving the mouse left and right rotates the view, and moving the mouse up and down tilts the view. You can restore the original view by clicking on the cube-like button between the rotational arrows. You can zoom in and out using your mouse wheel. Insert and delete will also allow you to zoom in and out.
Interesting. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Zoom in and out.
You can click on the up and down arrow icons to move between different floors. Floors can also be changed using the page up and page down keys, or by holding the right mouse button while using the mouse wheel. You may want to change your viewpoint to reflect your needs. A zoomed out long view is good for planning. A closer, zoomed in view aids in selecting specific mortals or assessing their behavior. Also remember that you may not see everything of importance without changing your viewpoint. To help you keep track of the mortals in each haunting, you have the When you position your cursor upon a mortal's pack icon, a box appears informing you of their status. The red bar shows a mortal's terror, the yellow bar, their madness, and the blue bar, their belief.
So this is what a lot of the game boils down to.
Their red terror bar will increase in size.
Yeah.
The white portion of a bar shows a mortal's willpower. When terror exceeds willpower, a mortal will flee. Likewise, when their madness exceeds the white portion of the madness bar, they will go insane. To help you keep track of the mortals in each haunting, you have the Mortal Pack. Click upon a mortal's image in the pack to view their options menu.
Ooh, how about Blair Welchel?
Experiment with mortals for a while and see what you can learn.
So yeah, each level isn't randomly generated, they're all crafted, so when you go into them, you can, say,
You can
view the
use
model.
this option to get a cinematic view of any mortal in the haunting.
Cinematic. That's a bit of a weird way to pronounce that. You can
You
go
can
to.
use this option to locate mortals in the haunting.
Just can be really helpful. POV.
Now you can see what she sees, but you cannot exert any control upon mortals in this way.
So this is
Either
kind of
mouse
cool.
button will return you to your usual view.
Man, she talks a lot. Yeah, this is kind of cool, but not terribly useful. And then the bio.
Here, you can learn what the astral records say about a mortal. Click the close button or away from the bio window to close it.
So you can you get a little
Now we're
like
ready to look at your team of haunters.
bio.
The haunter pack to the left works much like the mortal pack, but for your ghosts. Experiment with your haunters options for a while.
So as I was saying, you can get kind of a bio about them. So Blair is a spoiled brat and hopelessly self-centered. Now we don't know what her fears are.
Experiment with your haunters options for a while.
God, she's passive aggressive. And we don't know what her subconscious fear is. We can find that out, and if you find those out, they get better
This
and better.
menu gives you all the options you need in order to control your haunters.
If
You
you
can
use,
learn more about a
Oh my
haunter
God.
by clicking on Epitaph.
if you find out what their subconscious fears and stuff are, you can scare them even better.
Shivers is a phantom, a mid-power ghost that can be bound to any emotional fetter. These are orders, which you can use to give instructions to your haunters. Some ghost masters use orders to run a tight shop with their ghosts. Others prefer to let their team follow their instincts. Your haunters will become better trained the more you use them, and so can learn to use ever more complex orders. Experiment with orders every now and then. See what you think.
That one in the middle of the screen there's dancing. Who are you? Nancy Shatter. Shachter? Is eminently forgettable and scared
Take
of
a
anything
look
with
at
more
one
than
of
4
your
legs.
haunters' powers.
Will do.
These are the haunters' powers arranged in order of their plasm bands. They work like a ladder. Clicking on a power allows a haunter to use any power up to that plasm band.
So you can't
Let's get some of your haunters into the field.
you can't use none without using taste aura.
To exist in the mortal realm, ghosts must be bound to a fetter.
Now this is where the puzzle
when you
bit comes
point
in.
at a haunter, the fetters you can bind it to light up on screen. Note that boo and clatter claws fetter inside, so the borders of rooms light up to indicate they are fetters when you are binding these haunters. To bind a haunter to a fetter, select it from the haunter pack and click upon the bind option.
Now I'm going to cheat a little bit here, because I know this level.
You now carry the haunter on your pointer, and any fetters that ghosts can use show up in the haunting.
Yeah.
Simply click on
Get
a
him off,
marked
get him off.
fetter while carrying the haunter to bind it to that fetter.
So we're going to bind you over here. And there he is.
Your
He's
haunter arrives
alive.
in the mortal realms, ready to wreak havoc. The glow indicates that it is invisible to mortals at the moment. You can use the Powers menu to change which powers your haunter uses to haunt.
Yep, so you get powers. We're also going to bind Boo, just because, or bind, yeah, Boo. Actually, can we maybe move you over here, just for a minute?
The green plasm bar shows how much plasm you've acquired and how much you are using. Up to the point a power was used, your ghostly presence was keeping the mortals on edge. From now on, the mortals will calm down if you do not keep scaring them. As they calm, the plasm will dry up. Don't say I didn't warn you. The dark green proportion of the bar shows how much plasm has been generated by scared mortals. The amount of plasm your bound haunters are using is shown in light green.
It's also a fraction.
For your next task, experiment with your haunters and their powers. Try to get one of the sorority girls to flee in terror.
Piece of cake. So as you scare people, you get more and more plasm.
If you leave your cursor on a power in a Haunter's power menu, you will see a description of what that power does.
Yeah, so you can like zoom right in. The graphics aren't amazing, but man, it's fun.
Terrify the mortals by binding your haunters near to the sorority girls. Also experiment with putting your ghosts on different plasm bands. The more plasm you give them, the more effective they will become.
Alright, and I think we cover this in a minute. Once one of them flees in terror. Which could take a little while. So I mean, if you really want to micro
with
it...
low belief bars are the worst skeptics. Try to show them totally unnatural events. Think paranormal rather than scary.
Oh, you mean like the walls
more you make
leaking?
them believe, the more their belief bar will grow. Once their belief bar is full, they will be almost totally defenseless.
And I believe that means she is fleeing in terror. We're not going to follow her the whole way. But, yep, Karen Fuller is terrified, her bar is full, so she is leaving. They just run out of the level. Obviously this one's easy, like it's supposed to be. It's just
You can look at a mortal's bio for clues on how best to scare them. Excellent! See the sorority girls scatter beneath your might. Because a mortal has fled, the haunting fear level has permanently risen, giving you more plasm to spend.
Oh, I did not know that.
Now it is time to talk of restless spirits. Locate the witch spirit and click upon her.
Okay,
With
now we
your
cover
aid,
this.
she can get free and join your team.
Dreaded dust! I used to command the storms, dearie, but since I went and got myself sucked into this electric broomstick, all I can manage is this infernal sneezing! It'd be a different matter if I got free, mind you. I'd whip up a storm to wake the dead!
Ah, you gotta love this game, man. It's got that
Restless
cartoony,
spirits can be found at most hauntings.
cliche,
You will be able to see
ridiculous
their form,
feel.
even if their essence is trapped within an object. A spirit cannot leave its fetter while its essence is trapped, but otherwise acts like any other bound ghost. If you click on Restless Spirits, they will tell you their tale of woe. Listen carefully to what they say. If you can figure out a way to solve their problem, you can lay them to rest, allowing them to join your team.
So this one's pretty easy. She's trapped in the vacuum cleaner, so we're going to use our little electrical minion. And use Wild and Crazy when he can. And that will break the vacuum cleaner. Freeing our friend. We can't use TK Storm yet. TK Storm is my favorite ability. It's such classic, cliche ghostery. So, this game basically takes a lot of cues from a lot of horror games. Like Poltergeist, Amityville Horror. In fact, one of the levels is called Amityville Horror, pretty sure.
Come on, young ghost master. Find a way to get Weather Witch out of that electric broomstick.
Yeah, look, she's fixed it now. Calm down.
Okay, dearie. I'm on your team now. Let's blow this joint!
There is one thing left to learn about: plasm alerts. If you are using more plasm than is being generated by the mortal's fear, your plasm balance will go into the red and the alarm will sound. You will have a short time to cut your plasm costs by benching haunters or by lowering their plasm bands. I'm going to carry out a plasm drill now to show you how it works. Quickly now! Bench haunters or lower their plasm bands until the... Well done.
Easy.
That was only a drill, but you got things under control before it was too late. The next time that alarm sounds, it won't be a drill. If you don't get the plasm under control, you will be kicked out of the mortal realms in failure. Right, that's all I'm going to teach you for now. If you want to know any more, consult your Haunter manual. The time has come to finish these paltry mortals. Scare all the sorority girls away to win!
Man, that, like, that, I don't know what you'd call it. The intonation, like how she said that, was all over the place. Alright, so basically it all boils down, now that I can actually talk, it all boils down to having the correct ghost for the correct fetters, and using them really
which powers
effectively.
Can build belief and batter down skepticism. You will need them.
Oh my god, she's still talking. So you got kinesis, so you can pick things up in the room, you know, classic ghost stuff. And then my personal favorite that I can't use. Ready for this? TK Storm. Classic poltergeist witchery.
Mortals try to find safe places to hide. If they think it's safe to be outside, you could use Weather Witch to change their mind.
That's so cool. I mean, her fetter's a thoroughfare, though. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. So she thinks she's safe in her room. I'll make sure she's wrong. The music for this is pretty good, too.
You can look at a mortal's bio for hints on how to terrify them.
Stop talking. Okay, hang on. Let's just, shut up. There we go, now she won't talk to me. So there's... I don't remember exactly how many levels are in this game. It's in the teens, I think. So you can also affect things by binding them to a specific point. So like, if they're outside, they tend to not move. I think Boo is the only one that actually moves, like he wanders back and forth. And that type, I forget what type they are. They are... spooks. So spooks sort of wander. Most of the other ones just sit where you fetter them. Actually, can I bind you here and make them walk through it? So it's just this one left. It's just Joanna Fields. Yes. Come back inside. I'm sure all the ghosts are gone. They're not. And she's gone too. Easy peasy. And then we get our score. So we didn't do it quick enough for the next rank, but that's okay. What we're gonna do... Now I don't really want to min-max and completionist run this game, but, you know, I'll give it a go, but I'm not going to have a particularly hard time with it. We might revisit this, and I'll do it really quick.
You are ready?
Yeah. Recommended...
Drive the Kappa Lambda girls from their sorority house.
Right, first things first, let's free you. There we go. Sorry, I'm just speedrunning this. I'm not going to waste your time with it, because we've already done it. So, madness generally isn't a thing. Madness goes up incredibly slowly, and there's not a whole lot of powers that give you madness without giving you terror. Okay, so I don't have enough plasma to bind her. Now I do. Put some unnatural fog inside. Man, can you imagine how weird it would be if you're like, you know, just this room just before the outside just suddenly got really foggy? Oh, that'd be freaky. Now, I'm going to give you an order, because I don't want you to use Taste Aura. It's not really useful in this case. It shows what their fear is. Not their subconscious fear, just what their actual fear is. But in this level, it's not really useful. So, I want you to use Numb, but I don't want you to use Taste Aura, basically. Always thinking they're safe inside the rooms. Very cool game. I'm loving this so much. It's been ages since I played this game. I have never been able to unlock all the ghosts and complete the game. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Without a guide. So, this time we're going to try that. I don't know why she's being electrocuted. I don't know. Yeah, I have never managed to complete this game without a guide, but I'll give it a go, just for a bit of fun. But I'm not, like, in love with it. I'm not gonna retry a level 80 times just to get all the ghosts. Yeah, we'll just see how we go. But man, is this fun. This level, not as much. Where are they all? Are they in the basement? Okay, they are in the basement. Blair Welchell's in the basement. You are not a very good, well, I guess you're the perfect horror movie, you know, sorority girl. You go to the basement when the haunting is happening. Never go to the basement. You insane? I can finally do TK Store. Which will give me mass scares, mass spooks. This game is on Steam. You can check it out there. It's quite fun if you like puzzle games. And you like puzzle games with, you know, a little bit more spice than the normal puzzle game. Beyond your stupid Candy Crushes. Oh, that's creepy. So you can also POV your ghosts, which is kind of cool. Generally it doesn't do much, but sometimes you can get ghosts that fetter to specific things, like it might be children or teenagers or women or something. So you can fetter them to people and they walk around with them. Sort of poltergeist style. And I think the children ones, they are called poltergeists. This is taking longer than I thought. You're not really that afraid. Neither is Blair Welchell. Okay, I don't think they can go upstairs, so let's fetter you downstairs as well. There we go. Weather Witch doesn't really have, like, as much as it said, oh, if they think outside is safe, go, wow, she fainted. Yeah, much as they're like, oh, if they try to go outside, use Weather Witch, she doesn't really have anything to scare people. We'll use Siren Song, see if we can drag someone in. Because you two are being very difficult to scare. So obviously, like, the levels are built with lots of different ghost types in mind. So there's water puddles everywhere, because we do have a water fetter creature, ghost, haunter, whichever word you prefer. There's a lot of... Actually, this one doesn't have that many. There's earth, air. There isn't violence, which is one of our haunters is a violence fetter. That's the if you remember in the intro, the one with the 2 hooks for hands. He's our violence fetter. So you can see that it changes between when they're inside and outside. When they're outside, they usually have a radius on how far their powers go. When they're inside, it's just the entire room. You scared yet? Nope. Alright, you're either going to stay there and get scared, or you're going to go downstairs. You can kinesis, but I don't think there's anything for you to kinesis. It's the only problem with chasing them down like that. It takes them a while. There we go, we scared her. Blair, where are you? Okay, you're out the front. Okay, and they're all gone. So now we just wait. I don't think we did get a better time, which kind of sucks. And I'm a bit disappointed that we did the same level twice and that was an episode, because we're nearly out of time. But, because this is the first episode, or because we're starting a brand new Let's Play, rather, I'll be doing a double. So, next episode will be uploaded, should be uploaded at the same time as this one. So that'll be fun. But in the next one, we'll get way more done. We'll probably do 1 level, maybe even 2, depending on how that first level goes. We done? Yep. Target time for next rank is 5 minutes. So we did do quicker. It wasn't 15 minutes, it was just 8. Yeah, we had 1 feint, which is worth 100 points. Nice. So you get gold plasm. Now, gold plasm is used to upgrade your ghost, so we'll go to the ghoul room area. So this is where all your ghosts hang out.
Spend your gold plasm to teach your haunters new powers. To do so, click upon a ghost, then select their Powers menu.
This bitch again.
Clicking on a blank power slot displays powers that may be taught.
I'm
a
aware.
ghost may learn 1 power per empty slot.
Alright, be good. Okay. So these are all our different haunters. So you can see all the gaps where there's ones that we haven't unlocked yet. There's Ghastly, our spookifier. There's also lots of different types that we don't have. So basically, I think each room is a different type. I think that's how it works. Something like that. They are grouped. So you can see we've got all different types, and we can use that gold plasm to get them new powers and whatnot, but we won't do that just yet. Their powers are fine. And yeah, that's where we're going to end this episode. So thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you're going to join me for the rest of it. It's really, really fun. I advise you to check it out if you like puzzle games. Really, really good. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you think you know any friends might enjoy my content, make sure you share a video or 2 with them. I really appreciate it. And finally, Sorry. If you want to leave any feedback or, you know, comment on this game or your thoughts on Spooky October, even though it's not that spooky. I guess it's spooky, not scary. It's very spooky. Make sure you leave a comment down below, and I will see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.